A massive online movement has declared war on the most common cooking oils in the world, including canola, soybean, and sunflower oil. Prominent figures have helped spread the belief that these fats are an unnatural metabolic poison, driving a wave of public concern over what we use to cook our food. When seed oil consumption is plotted alongside national obesity rates since the 1950s, the two trends climb in a near-perfect parallel. This 70-year correlation has turned these pantry staples into the primary suspect for the modern decline in metabolic health. In 1968, researchers Ansel and Margaret Keyes helped launch the Minnesota Coronary experiment. It remains one of the largest and most rigorous dietary trials ever conducted to test how different fats affect the human heart. While the study successfully lowered cholesterol in the group eating vegetable oils, recently recovered data revealed a paradox. For every 30-point drop in cholesterol, the risk of death actually increased by 22%. Taking that number at face value makes seed oils look dangerous. However, in science, a correlation only matters if you can account for the other factors hiding in the data. Determining what really happened requires looking past the broad trends and isolating the specific variables that might actually be doing the damage. If the goal was to improve heart health, why did the group eating more corn oil face a higher risk of death? Records show the 1960s corn oil margarine used in the study was a lightly hydrogenated product. That specific manufacturing process meant the diet was high in industrially produced trans fats. We now know that industrial trans fats are a lethal cardiovascular hazard, a fact that wasn't fully understood when the study was originally conducted. The increased mortality in the study aligns with the recognized cardiovascular risks of those mid-century trans fats, masking the actual effects of the liquid oils. A second concern involves the industrial extraction of these oils, specifically the use of hexane, a petroleum-derived solvent that is neurotoxic in high doses. During commercial processing, the oil is steam stripped. This vaporizes the solvent, leaving only the oil behind. This chart shows you'd have to consume over 100 times the average daily oil intake to reach even the lowest safety limit for hexane exposure. Because the dose makes the poison, these trace levels fall well below the threshold of biological relevance. Then there is the biochemical argument that the omega-6 fatty acid in these oils converts into arachidonic acid, which then triggers a cascade of systemic inflammation. While this theoretical pathway exists in laboratory mice under extreme stimuli, actual human tracer studies show a very different biological reality. In humans, the amount of consumed linoleic acid that actually converts into arachidonic acid shrinks to just 0.2%. Large-scale human trials consistently show no increase in systemic inflammation from these oils, making that specific theoretical pathway irrelevant to human health. If the raw oil isn't the problem, we have to look at what happens when these fats are pushed to their breaking point. This molecular model shows a polyunsaturated fat chain in a commercial deep fryer. When repeatedly heated to 190 degrees Celsius, those bonds snap and mutate. Those fragments reform into aldehydes, DNA-damaging compounds that are known to be mutagenic and cytotoxic. There is also the matter of context. These oils are the primary fat used in ultra-processed foods, products engineered to override human satiety and drive chronic overconsumption. The metabolic damage often attributed to the oil is actually driven by the thermal degradation of over-reused fryer fats and the compulsive nature of ultra-processed food environments. Much of the noise surrounding seed oils stems from conflating the chemical shifts that happen in a commercial deep fryer with the stable, unheated oil found in a home kitchen. You can protect your health by limiting commercial deep-fried items and engineered snacks without needing to fear the bottle of oil you use to cook at home. We have isolated the facts about dietary fat. Next, we look deeper at the biological mystery actively pulling the strings on your weight and your cravings from inside the gut microbiome.